There's just something about the bike that's so addicting. And of course I have a little bit of bias here from my history in the sport, but I have yet to replicate the sensation and the feeling that I get physically and mentally on the bike, that I do on the bike. It's a pain unlike anything else I've ever felt. It's a discomfort unlike anything else I've ever felt. But there's a certain rhythm to it where it feels like this discomfort that you're in is something that I can hold for so much longer. And then once you're in that place, when you're doing these 20, 30, 40 minute intervals, it is completely unbeatable. It is unmatched. I think part of that is the fact that, yes, I think that it's more difficult than other aerobic and endurance sports. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers there. But also it's probably more so due to the fact that my ability to push on the bike, push myself on the bike, is so much greater than anything else. And it's just because I've spent so much time doing it. So I've been in positions where I know what 110 and a true 120%, like absolutely maxed out, feels like so many times that now I understand what I'm capable of physically. And so when I'm actually doing these efforts that are 90, 100%, they are so much more brutal than what I can do running. Even when I'm pushing myself really hard running, it's just not the same. And I'm reminded of that in situations like this, where I have this injury and I've been taken away, running has kind of been stripped from me, that I've spent a lot of time focusing on in the last year. I've been pushed back to the bike, and it's reminded me of this. And that feeling is so addicting. It makes me not want to go back to running at all. But it's good. The bike allows me to continue training and continuing to add volume where I need to when I can't run. But let's get to the ankle. This isn't a training series about the bike. It's a training series about breaking 78, breaking 118 in the half marathon. So I guess we actually do have to talk about this injury. We're getting a lot better. And what's difficult about this is there's nothing catastrophically wrong with my ankle. There's no broken bones, there's nothing torn. And that's really difficult because the pain and the inflammation goes away really quickly with an injury like this, even though it's not actually healed yet. The tendonitis isn't gone. And it won't be, because there was microinflammation to the Achilles from the aggravation of my training. And so now it's kind of a tough position of, I'm sitting here, I haven't really felt any sort of pain in my ankle in the last, probably 3 weeks since I started doing PT. And I can't run, and I can't jump, and I can't do anything, and it feels like I should be able to. So I just gotta trust the process and know that just because there isn't pain doesn't mean that it's healed. It's healing, it's not healed. It's just that the inflammation is gone. So trusting the process, trusting that in a few weeks' time, if I continue to do what I'm supposed to do, if I'm doing this contrast therapy, if I'm going to PT, if I'm doing the Graston at therapy, I'm doing the strengthening exercise at home, that I'll eventually get back to running. Today we've got threshold work on the bike. It's about an hour and 40 minutes of 8-minute efforts. So the first 20 minutes is spent, 25 minutes is spent just doing zone 2, and then 15 minutes is essentially just some build work, really priming up the legs for the efforts, and then it's 4 by 8 minutes at 340 to 370 watts and 2.5 or 3 minutes rest in between. And then the whole rest of it, whatever it finishes out at, maybe like an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 10 minutes to an hour and 40 is just gonna be spent doing zone 2 base. I'm gonna go deep into the pain cave here. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, and then we also had strength work this morning. Upper body strength work. So we're staying on top of that. Yeah. I'm gonna dominate Alp to Zwift.